Hello and welcome to Studio 415.
On today's show, you will find out how the Senior Gift Committee plans to help one department at Carroll.
You'll see several teachers give the sport of curling a try.
And you'll hear about some interesting things going on in the lives of two Carroll students.
All of that and more coming up next.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Haley Carter.
And I'm Amelia Cisno. With graduation just around the corner for the class of 2018, the Senior Gift Committee has been picking up the pace.
Studio 415 reporter Balin Height takes a look at how the Senior Gift Committee is working to leave a mark on the school before they graduate.
Ever since the start of the school year, the Senior Gift Committee has been working to raise money for this year's senior gift. This year's gift was chosen from a selection of about 6 or 7 groups. Leader Kylie Hoot felt that the special education program needed the help the most.
After we got all of their answers, then we as a group went through them, looked through them, and we went with the special education program because we felt like they gave us a long list of things that they could really use and they needed.
John Daggett is the teacher sponsoring the Senior Gift Committee. Daggett says the planning process is broken into 2 phases for the year.
We came up with 5 or 6 different fundraising options, and so that's what we did. We just brainstormed, and then we're now in the second semester, kind of the implementation phase, where we're raising funds for the gift.
Now in the second phase, the committee has been holding those fundraisers and events such as selling lip suckers at lunch and during the Champions Together game. There are still plans for other fundraisers before the year is over.
We have a Moe's fundraiser coming up. We've also talked about and tossed around McDonald's idea and some other things that we got pre-approved of. You have to fill out a fundraising form before at the beginning of the school year. So we've got these approvals for these ideas. Now we're just kind of in the planning phase of what we're going to do and how we're going to do it here this second semester.
They will then end the year asking for donations from the Carroll community in hopes of topping off a great campaign.
And hand out those flyers, just like explaining like who the Senior Gift Committee is, what we're like raising money for, and then at the end is like a form that they can turn in to donate. So like I'm sure after we go out and hand those in, we'll probably get a big roll-in of money.
Before the semester is over, the Senior Gift Committee plans a Nelson's Chicken fundraiser and head out to Moe's on March 22nd, where a portion of the profits for the sale that day will go to the Senior Gift Committee. For Studio 415, I'm Balin Height.
The Electric Blue dance team traveled to Newcastle to compete in the Indiana High School dance team competition this past weekend.
Seniors Carrie Nolte and Caitlin Olwine won their 2nd straight state championship in duo competition. As a team, EBDT earned 4th place in jazz and 3rd in hip-hop.
Carroll's Radio and TV 2 class took part in the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters state competition Monday in Indianapolis.
Studio 415 won 3rd in state for its new show, and Demi Wilhelm and Drew Wiltberger earned a 3rd place award for their Email Gate news package.
The Charger gymnastics team traveled to Ball State University on Saturday to compete in the IHS AA state finals.
The Chargers ended their season by placing 7th overall in the state.
Olympic sports may seem out of reach to most people. However, there are opportunities here in Fort Wayne to learn the basics of an Olympic sport.
In my report, you'll see how the presence of curling has expanded beyond the Olympics and into Carroll High School. Not many people volunteer to slide around on the ice, but it sparked the interest of many freshman teachers. On Wednesday, February 21st, a large part of the freshman staff received curling lessons at Fort Wayne Curling Club. They learned the basic rules of curling as well as certain team-building exercises during their session. While learning the sport was difficult, freshman teacher Matt Taylor says that he enjoyed playing it because he felt that it was something within the realm of his athletic ability.
Curling is a sport where I think anyone can do it. Like, it doesn't take like a high level of skill to just be able to do it.
Although curling is one of the more achievable Olympic sports, there are a lot more technicalities than one may realize. In curling, each team of 4 players uses stones, also called rocks, to score points on the ice. Points are determined by location on the target, or in curling called the house. The closer a rock is to the center of the house, the more points a team receives. Since the ice has a rough texture, the sweepers make the ice slicker by scrubbing it with a large brush. This gives the rock a smoother path to the house. However, the competitive aspect of the sport comes from players battling for their spot on the house by knocking each other's rocks out of the way. The freshman teachers got to experience this firsthand and learned that the sport came with unexpected difficulties.
It's difficult to position the stone like where you want it to go, and if you throw the stone without any help from the sweepers, as we call them, it's incredibly difficult to predict where the stone's going to go.
One particular teacher at Carroll has not only taken a liking to curling, but actively plays it in a league. Spanish teacher Amy Cox has been curling with Fort Wayne Curling Club for 4 years, and while she enjoys the sport, she has no ambition to pursue it professionally. She currently plays 1 to 2 nights a week. While Cox wasn't directly involved with a growing interest in curling at CFC, she brought it to Carroll through the special education program and Champions Together.
I actually introduced it to the special needs, how they do the champions together. So I contacted the PE teacher involved in that and asked if they would like to try curling, and so I got that put together.
Special Education Night now takes place at the Fort Wayne Curling Club on Sundays at 3 p.m. Although the Winter Olympics are over, there are still events and competitions held at the Fort Wayne Curling Club. For more information, ask Amy Cox or any of the other teachers featured in the story. For Studio 415, I'm Haley Carter.
A student here at Carroll is working on a lot more than his homework after the 3:30 bell rings.
A new Southeast Asian and Thai restaurant is coming to Fort Wayne, and Studio 415 reporter Katie Colgate has the story.
There will be a new restaurant coming to Fort Wayne, and it's called Nine House. Started by Ezra and Gabriel Kokanine, this family was given a great opportunity after years of great home cooking. One of Carroll High School's sophomores, Zizi Kokanine, is excited to help out with this new adventure, along with his 3 younger siblings. Nine House will be creating natural and organic Asian food to serve to the people of Fort Wayne.
I definitely think it's been a great thing for our family, mostly because it's just another opportunity for us to grow closer. Also, you know, just like going through like a restaurant, that's like a lot of work and a lot of time and effort, so that will be definitely like bonding.
Different from other restaurants, Nine House is mostly focusing on carryout and catering. They wanted to be able to reach the community through sharing food. Families that are on the go are able to grab some food to take home with them. Nine House will also cater for school events like meetings and other companies.
It's a catering and carry out. So the catering is based on like what school, what they're going to have meeting. We will deliver. We will have ahead, and we will post our menu ahead due to organic and natural. We don't want to waste our food, so we will have a month ahead. You know, all the menu will be ahead. The carry out is just certain. Like Monday we will have something. Tuesday we will post ahead. We let our customer know.
The Kokanine family is working on dealing with some issues with starting this restaurant. One of the biggest struggles is the building itself. It was created for commercial use instead of restaurant use. The family is working with a construction company to transform this commercial building into the Nine House. While the construction company is helping with the major changes, the family is still responsible for the smaller renovations. The family has to make sure every renovation is up to the Board of Health standards.
It is important what we put in our body, so no complaining. That's the most important part, is with the health departments and getting things done in the right way.
Once the restaurant is up to the Board of Health standards, then they will open. The Kokanine family does not know the exact date of the opening, but they plan to open sometime in the late spring. Even though the opening date for the Nine House has not yet been determined, stop by when that date has come. For Studio 415, I'm Katie Colgate.
Playing video games for some is just a hobby or a way to pass time. For others, it could be a way of life or even a way to make quick money.
Studio 415 reporter Andrew Schuler shares this story and how one of our senior students uses it both ways.
Students at Carroll may be familiar with the game on Xbox One and PS4, Rocket League. Senior Nick Ridgway has taken his love for the game a step further than other students.
Rocket League is a vehicular soccer game that was released July 7th, 2015. The game is described as soccer, but with rocket-powered cars. It has 1 to 4 players assigned to each of the 2 teams. The objective is to use the rocket-powered vehicles to hit the ball into the opponent's goal and score points over the course of a match. The game includes single-player and multiplayer modes that can be played both locally and online. There are different ways to get money within the game itself. One way to obtain money is from trading crates, RLCS items, paints, decals, boosts, import bodies, very rare wheels, import wheels, exotic wheels, and black market items. Most items are relatively cheap to buy. The value of the items only come if you get them painted. However, the beloved Zomba wheels are some of the most valuable items in the entire game. Another way to earn money, which is now Nick's main way of earning, is by playing for a team and entering tournaments. Depending on the tournament you enter and choose to do, you could be walking away with hundreds of thousands of dollars.
But since I'm in the top tier, which is Grand Champions and Champions, those pools are normally bigger because people actually like watch those games, and there's these big events like DreamHack and stuff like that, which I'm not good enough to go to those yet. But like, you could win, I think the last one was $300,000.
Ridgway doesn't earn enough to make full-time salary out of playing Rocket League, as he's still a high school student and therefore has to devote 7 hours of his daily routine being present here at Carroll. However, being a student has not stopped him from continuing to pursue one of his favorite hobbies.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't make enough money to like pay for my own house and everything like the big pros do, but I mean, I make enough money to buy some fun things here and there.
Ridgway will be able to look back on high school and realize he made money, but most importantly, he made it doing something he loves. For Studio 415, I'm Andrew Schuler.
That's all we have today. Thanks for watching.
Be sure to check out our collection of videos from radio and TV students on YouTube. Search for Carroll High School TV Department.
For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great week, Carroll.